Hello, ladies. I just wanted to come and do a long overdue update for you all. Today, tomorrow marks 2 months that since I began miscarrying my twin girls. Um, I know many of y'all have been commenting on my videos and asking for an update. And to you all, I truly apologize. It's just like I had to just completely distance myself from anything pregnancy related, anything trying to conceive related, and just deal. I have a little one. I have four other ones that I'm homeschooling, and just so much going on that I just needed to step back. And I apologize for not updating those who are on my Glowing Belly YouTube. I did update on there what was going on. So anyway, I just wanted to come and tell y'all a little bit about what happened. As y'all know from my previous videos, I kept kind of getting the runaround and never really got an accurate story of what was going on, and I had a hard time trusting what my doctor was saying because of that. So anyway, I think it was about the night of the 9th I started to bleed a little bit, and it started getting heavier and heavier to where by the 10th I had clots the size of my hand coming out. Like, I was feeling fine. I didn't feel, like I was about to pass out or any of that. I felt fine, but I was losing so much blood, probably 2.5 to 3 pads a hour. Yeah, an hour. So, I mean, my doctor had told me if it becomes a pad an hour, more than a pad an hour to come in, but I just kind of, I don't know sometimes why we hesitate to do something that we know is inevitable, but that's what I did. And they went in, and I did have my angel tech at the hospital. I was able to get my ultrasound done by her, so that made things so much easier for me to accept everything. And even though I already knew what was going on, but just to know that somebody that had compassion and that actually cared was doing it. So anyway, they had me in these stirrups um, for like 20 minutes, pulling clots out of my vagina. I mean, I'm spread eagle on the table, so that was a very humiliating experience. I guess it was necessary so that they could see. I guess they were just trying to see what was going on with my cervix. But anyway, that was not my best moment with these male doctors. Of course, we couldn't find any females pulling out these huge clots. So I had my DNC um, Sunday morning at like 3 a.m. So we named them Milani and Kai, which was going to be the name for the baby if the baby would have been a girl. But since it was two, we just put, Milani and Kai Epps. So I just was not prepared for the emotions. I'm like, okay, I have 5 kids, so I'm not going to be so devastated, and it's just not how it went. It didn't go like I kept telling myself it was gonna go. I mean, just like I can't imagine now picking one of my children to be without. You know, I love them individually. Yes, 5 kids is a nice sized group, but those who don't have kids, and sometimes even those that have kids, might not understand. I don't know. They're all so vital to life for me that, you know, I couldn't choose, you know, who to have here and who not to have here. So that was my hard point to get over with this, was what would my baby have thought? Uh, what would their talents be? How would their smile look? How would their voice sound? How would it feel when I hug them? They laugh. So, um, those are the things that have been hard for me to get over. And even though we weren't trying, they were a blessing nonetheless. I just I dealt with anger kind of too. I wanted those babies. My doctor kept, from the first visit, before we even knew, before there was reportedly not a heartbeat because of the hemorrhage. She was like, "Well, I'm sorry. You can try again. You're so fertile. You know, you're young. And all of this." So I don't know. I don't want to have to try again. I wanted those babies that we conceived. Especially knowing around the time we conceived and the emotions that was, you know, present between the dad and I at that time. We've been through a lot together. My husband means the world to me, and therefore our children mean everything to us. Yes, we don't have fancy things. Yes, we don't have everything we want, but to me, we have what's important. To me, we have what people are trying to compensate for by material things. This is our thing. Our kids are our thing. And before I know it, they'll be getting older and moving out. And then it'll be my time to, kind of focus more just on me, which I know that, you know, even then that won't be my main focus. But, I'm young. I really don't want to have kids in my 30s, just personally, because I've had all my kids in my 20s. Well, my first one I had when I was 19, but still. So, I don't know. As far as trying to conceive a rainbow baby, that's something that we're debating. I turned 30 in September on the 12th. It was also my 11-year wedding anniversary. So, if I have another child, it will not be past the age of 30. After that, I will, whether there's a child, if I'm pregnant again by that time or not, I am going to seek some type of semi-permanent birth control. I know that the only one that's considered permanent for a woman is the tube ligation. My husband does not want a vasectomy, so I'm thinking probably the copper shunt or something like that in my arm, to where I do not, I want no parts of fertility after that age. That's just my personal, feeling. Nothing wrong with those who do, have a child after the age of 30. There's no reason other than I want to have everybody out and present here so that I can get my body and my life the way I would like it, structured, and just like I said, my body. I want my 30s to be better than my 20s as far as how I feel about myself personally and those type of things. So that's why, if I'm gonna have a child, it's gonna be before, you know, I'm basically shops closed 31 and up. So unless something happens that I have no control over, but I'm gonna try everything possible for that not to happen. Um, anyway, I'm getting off subject, but I did have another doctor's appointment, and she was supposed to give me the results of the pathology report, which all she said, oh, it was probably chromosomal. And I'm like, okay, was the babies boys or girls? Oh, we didn't do any of that because the way we do it, you have to have 3 miscarriages before we send off for them to give us a more detailed report. So I'm like, you basically just threw out my baby's remains to tell me nothing, to tell me nothing at all, except because chromosomal is what she said they tell everybody who's miscarried. So it was just a very upsetting experience. It was much, much harder, and it still is, than I would have thought. I have my moments where I'm fine, and I have my moments where I'm bawling, so I apologize. None of that is an excuse for not updating y'all. I just felt that I needed to stay away until, you know, I could process it and cope with it a little better. So, I think I was dealing with a little bit of baby blues after that. And I have been taking some St. John's wort since I'm breastfeeding. I didn't want to go on a antidepressant, an actual drug, you know. So I know that there's people that do breastfeed, but with taking something, but I just did not want to. And the St. John's wort really seems to be helping. I've also been taking B12 vitamins, so that's helped my energy, and I think it's helped with depression a little bit too. So yeah, so we are in discussions for trying to conceive baby number 6 and tubal ligation baby number, post tubal ligation baby number, wait, I guess that wouldn't be baby number 6 because I'm still considering my angels 6 and 7. So baby number 8 and number 6 living. So um, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of feel like it would be the opportune time if we did, because my youngest, uh, besides the baby, is 6 years old. So my baby is going to be a baby all on his own. Everybody's going to be gone, you know. And all of my kids grew up like stair steps to where they all kind of moved as a group through their stages, and they, like the same shows, and it's just so much funner. It's just like just having a bunch of neighborhood kids with theirs, around the same age, and they have a good time together, and they're growing so much closer, and just watching their little personalities and how they interact with each other. It just would be hard for me for them to be gone doing their things, and my little one just being kind of by himself. And I have some friends who have had 4 and 5 kids that said that that last one was really lonely. So that was, even though the twins were a surprise, that was the thing, the redeeming thing, that I'm like, okay, at least he'll have ones to play with, and they'll be close. He'll have someone to be close with. So anyway, that's the major appeal as well this time, as well as it just seems like after a storm there should be a rainbow, you know. So yes, that is the status update. And I have also been away from almost basically all videos. I haven't been on my Facebook, my TTC Facebook, in forever either. So I'm gonna update there, as well as just letting y'all know what's up, and I'm going to catch up on everybody's journey. And like I said, I'm sorry for being MIA, but I am back now, and I will have some updates for you on my little one. He's got eczema really bad, and I've been trying to clear it up. So he looks like a little speckled trout. He has, it's like cradle cap times 100, but he has a few spots on other places on his body, but the eczema is mostly like here on his forehead and on his scalp. So Yeah, I better do an update before he's two, So anyway, we'll do an update on that and an update on whether we are going to try for our rainbow or not because I don't have much time if I'm going to be done by 31. So that's just our goal. That's just what we're talking about. Nothing set in stone. If it happens, it happens type of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just sad to have to do this video, and I have avoided it until now. But I owe it to you all who have been so supportive and loving with me to let y'all know. So my rainbows did not. I mean, my babies did not make it through all of that drama that was going on. So that's that. So that's my update, and I ask you to continue to keep me in your prayers. Thanks so much for the love and support, and I will update soon. Bye bye.